Isaiah Ulrich, Joe Oshuti, Caleb Sinawa, Joshua Rosha, and that's Josiah. And you know it's Roddy, right? Roddy Ricketts. Yeah, Roddy.
Yeah, wait, Scandals said that earlier.
Not that far, they're 15, it's a big game. Yeah, never, I couldn't find anything. All right.
Do you have their coach's name or anything?
So I don't play until they start running.
They do it last week, that week.
As soon as they break through that.
Do this free?
Like they'll all gather there and they'll start moving. And as soon as they start running, that's when I get it.
What do you want to talk about though? China? Well, we have the two graphics. What? I don't know. What?
It's not often that two top 10 teams face off against each other this early in the season, but that is what we have in store tonight as the number 1 ranked New Canaan Rams will face off against the number 10 ranked Bunnell Bulldogs here at Dunning Stadium. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Dunning Stadium. I'd like to welcome you inside the broadcast booth. I'm Ryan Bell, joined alongside PJ Neville. And PJ, it's under the lights. It's a Friday night game. Seems like the whole town is here, and it's two top 10 teams, and we should be in for a great one.
Yeah, this is a huge game for both sides, really. Of course, Bunnell, you would love to knock off the number 1 team in the state. They've been ranked number 1 ever since really the end of last year. And meanwhile, for the Rams, right, you can't come into this and think that it's going to be an easy game because it's not. They kind of came into that Massac game last year, and it really kind of had the same feeling, right? The student section was even wearing yellow last time. And, you know, they just thought that they were going to come in and really dominate that Massac team. And meanwhile, Massac came out of the gate and punched them right in the throat.
Yeah.
And 2 plays in, Massac had a scoop 6 and, you know, had a touchdown, and it was 6-0 Massac, and New Canaan got shut out for the first time in a while.
Yeah, so let's change our focus a little bit from New Canaan. How about Bunnell? This is a really good team, PJ, and New Canaan cannot underestimate them.
Yeah, Bunnell, they really have a lot of star power, right? They probably have more star power than New Canaan, honestly. They've got some great defensive ends, right? Ricky Miller being one of those, and we'll touch on him in a little bit, but also Roddy Ricketts, right? He's got a Syracuse offer. He's really that top dog that New Canaan has been game planning for all week long, and you know it's going to be a very difficult matchup for whoever's on him.
Yeah, you mentioned Roddy Ricketts, one of the top receivers in the state. I mean, you have Andrew Esposito, maybe the top receiver in the state, obviously going to Villanova.
Or probably, I'd say 1A, 1B.
Right, and then obviously Roddy Ricketts, you mentioned that Syracuse offer, also UMass as well, so he has those FBS offers. And, you know, besides that, shifting over to New Canaan, how about them on the offensive side of the ball? And how about the wide receivers for the Rams? We obviously mentioned Espo.
Yeah, of course, Esposito, a phenomenal receiver for the Rams, but also you can't leave out guys like Charlie Koch and Brady Mazabers and Benny Hegel. Really, all of these guys that, you know, they have their own plays, right? They're, you know, sometimes maybe a play isn't designed to find Koch or Esposito, but rather Mazabers or Hegel underneath and try and find some nitty-gritty yards. Meanwhile, you know, the Rams, they really have a very spread out offense, and they've got a lot of guys that can make a lot of moves.
Yeah, so it's going to be a fun one. Obviously, New Canaan winning last week against Ridgefield 47-0. And then for Bunnell, they're coming off a huge win over Massac last week. Obviously, Massac took down New Canaan here at Dunning last year, which you mentioned earlier, PJ. And Bunnell is a really good team. Remember, they lost to Massac in the state semis last year after beating them in the regular season. So already got some revenge there, and they're looking to beat this New Canaan team. And, I think they'll have a really good shot to doing so. And kind of onto that, what does Bunnell have to do in order to win this game?
Yeah, I think they have to use their athleticism, right? They've got pure athletes, and, a lot of these guys were on that state championship basketball team too. Ricketts and Miller, to name, just a couple. But really, you gotta use your athleticism, use your guys that can beat these New Canaan guys, right? You're not going to be able to share the ball as well against a team like New Canaan, but you are going to be able to use your star power. And also, I think they've got to play a complete four-quarter game. They've got a lot of guys that play both sides of the ball, but I think you got to kind of dig in and realize that if you want to win this one, you're going to have to give it everything you have.
And PJ, I know you met with Coach Marinelli earlier in the day. What was he kind of telling you in preparation for tonight?
Yeah, he kind of said that, right, this Bunnell team could test New Canaan if New Canaan kind of comes out slow and Bunnell really gets off to a hot start and hits them in the face. But New Canaan, they really have quite the squad, and he preached that really those linebackers are going to be the key to this game. And when you have guys like Ryan Brooks, Mikey Heerman, Grayson Ladley, Jack Kroll, and even guys like Bo Slurt and Dallas George backing them up, it really is very hard to run and to pass against a team like this. And New Canaan, they just have to stay calm and composed and really don't let the environment get to them.
Yeah, New Canaan has a very tough schedule this year. I mean, compared to years past, obviously they got St. Joe's next week. That's another top 10 team. Then I think it's Danbury on the road, which obviously isn't that bad. And then it's Greenwich in late October. So, I mean, these are huge games.
Can't forget Staples, and then also the Turkey Bowl as
course.
well. And that's kind of because, right, the FCAC implemented, I like to call it skill-based matchmaking, just for, the high schoolers and the kids who have ever played Fortnite at home. Right, they have the top teams in each, the FCAC got rid of divisions. You don't play your division anymore.
Yeah.
You instead play kind of the top teams, right? So that's why you're seeing New Canaan play Greenwich, Staples, Darien, instead of playing teams like, for lack of a better team, Bridgeport Central and Norwalk and your McMahons. And,
Yeah. So we will take it away for a quick minute for the national anthem, and we'll be right back after that.
Sarah Savasolu, Canaan, and Luca Hassan with their rendition of the Star Spangled Banner.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of
Welcome back from the national anthem. You see all the kids on Dunning Stadium running out. Obviously, a big youth, just everything about New Canaan football. It goes from the youth level to right now. I mean, pretty much everyone that is on this field played youth football at some point, including us too, PJ.
Yeah, youth night, a big night in New Canaan, of course. it's a special night. I still remember it when you and your buddies all get to line up, and really I think the best part of it was honestly when we were waiting outside the stadium and we would just kind of mess around and have fun and fool around with each other.
Yeah, so for more perfect weather right now, we'll see how it is the rest of the night and the field conditions. For more on that, we'll send it down to Claire Hickey. Claire.
Thanks, guys. And yeah, it's looking like a beautiful night tonight here at Dunning Stadium as the Rams here to take on their second home game of the season against Bunnell. The Rams are coming off a big win against Ridgefield and looking to add another victory. It's going to be a good game as we talk to Coach Marinelli about his thoughts. Looks like Bunnell has a few strong players, but New Canaan has been preparing and are ready to have a fun night and a great game under the lights. That's all for me. Back to you guys.
Thank you for that, Claire. And we are just about to be underway here. Bunnell rocking the white jersey, white pants, blue helmet. New Canaan, a little blackout look with the red helmet and the student section in the gold. Not sure correlation, but I like it.
Well, I think it's supposed to be for Pediatric Cancer Month.
Like it.
Yeah.
So that is all good. James McInerney and Henry Stein back there for the Rams, and Bunnell they're ready to kick this one off, and we should have a good one right here. The number 10 team in the state, the number 1 team in the state. Not often we get these top 10 matchups, Peach, and let's have some fun here.
Yeah, this is going to be a great matchup. I think this is kind of one of the big ones in the state, right? For this weekend at least. A lot of people kind of going to keep an eye on this score.
Yeah, and obviously a lot of big games going on around the state as well. We'll try to update you as best as we can, once we get those scores. But we're about to be underway. It looks like Edward will boot it deep for Bunnell. And here we go, top 10 matchup underway at Dunning Stadium. McInerney catch that one near the 15, get a little return out, round to the 30-yard line. And the New Canaan offense will take the field for the first time tonight. And PJ, it's the junior who has the reins. It's Maddox Hoffman.
Yeah, Hoffman, he's really, he's had some big games so far these past 2 weeks, right? 4 touchdowns in that second game, the first home game against Ridgefield. But he's really, a do-it-all guy, obviously, natural-born athlete, right? The, future Big Ten baseball player headed to Northwestern. But he's really, he's going to be tested tonight, and I think Coach Nugent has really tested him over the first, couple weeks so far. But I think that was really in preparation for tonight, where he's going to get tested hard.
Yeah, and Bunnell, very strong defensive line. Definitely top 10, potentially top 5 in the entire state. They got a lot of guys back there that are going to cause Hoffman some trouble. They did that to Masick last weekend. I think it was 7 sacks in their game. So we'll see how the New Canaan offensive line will handle them. First play, Hoffman will drop back in the gun, rolling right with some pressure and throwing it out of bounds as Hoffman goes down over there. And there it is, PJ. It's the first play, and it's the pressure in there, and it's one of the stars on this defense. It's Ricky Miller.
Yeah, Miller, a huge guy in the middle. He's a real beast. And, we have him on our roster as defensive end / running back, but he could really play any position on the field. I've seen clips of him lining up at tight end. You see him here sometimes playing inside linebacker, sometimes playing on the line. So he could really play anywhere. He's a beast, and he's got a lot of power.
2nd and 10 on the quick touch pass over to Esposito. His first touch of the night. Andrew Esposito makes a nice move, and already a solid gain for the Rams across the 50. And New Canaan on their second play from scrimmage, getting a big play.
Yeah, Esposito, when you talk about the best players in the state, you can't not talk about Andrew Esposito. He could run the ball. New Canaan loves him out of the jumbo. You could kind of get him an easy touch on a jet sweep like that, as Hoffman did right there. You see him coming around and heading upfield, and he's so hard to bring down. You need to swarm Andrew Esposito when he gets the ball.
1st and 10, Hoffman pitches out to Stein, running it out left. Nice tackle there from Cheritopoulos. And Stein getting maybe a yard or 2 there.
Yeah, New Canaan, their game plan in that game against Ridgefield was really, when they opened it up, was to kind of ground and pound and give it to Stein most of the time. And, it worked out really well. Stein a phenomenal running back. He's not going to, break a lot of plays, but he will kind of get it through the middle and get those nitty-gritty yards.
Stein gets the screen out there. He's got a good amount of room to run. Henry Stein, the speedy senior, with the big gain, and already New Canaan into the red zone. And it was Stein lining up as almost a wide receiver there getting the screen.
Yeah, Stein just had some great blocking, and I think that's really Stein's possibly best attribute is his ball carrier vision. You see Hoffman finds Stein outside, and Stein just follows his blocks, and you're not going to be able to get him from behind. You're going to have to get in front of Henry Stein, because if not, he's just going to run right by you.
So ball on the 15 for New Canaan, 1st and 10 now. Hoffman gets the snap. Looking that one towards the middle, incomplete. Good defense there by Bunnell, trying to target Benny Hegel.
Yeah, Hegel, one of those guys for the Rams that is really coming into his own in that wide receiver 3 role. He's filling the spot of Matt Reed, who got hurt in their preseason scrimmage against Hand. But Reed, was probably, Coach Marinelli said, going to be that wide receiver 3, but now it's really Hegel and Mazabers duking it out.
Yeah. So after the incompletion, brings up a 2nd and 10. Trips to the left, Hegel by himself on the right. See what the Rams offense will dial up, 15 yards away from the end zone. Hoffman, he's going one-on-one to Hegel. That one incomplete, a little too far for the senior wide receiver, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and 10.
Yeah, 3rd and 10 here for the Rams. I would like to see them try and get a look over the middle of the field. Bunnell, really, their defensive backs outside of probably Ricketts are not necessarily, I think, the strongest part of this team. I think it is kind of the line and the linebackers. So you see Hoffman targeting Hegel there. But I would like to see something over the middle of the field, maybe for Valente or maybe Koch underneath. I think that would really prove out in the Rams' favor.
So bunch to the right now for the Rams, 3rd and 10, play action. Hoffman's going to try and find Stein, just too far for him out of the backfield. So after some initial good plays there from New Canaan, it's 3 plays from the 15-yard line, no yards, and that will send out this New Canaan field goal unit. And, regardless, New Canaan showing that they can get some yards on this tough Bunnell team and this Bunnell defense, but Bulldogs do hold, and they will set up a field goal for this new kicker, PJ. Neil Aurora, we saw him last week, but if anyone didn't, tell us a little bit about Neil Aurora.
Yeah, Neil Aurora, really came into his own as the kicker for the Rams last week. He drilled, a 43-yarder, which, he's really, showing signs as the next best kicker in this New Canaan program.
That one is good. It looked bad at first from up here. That one good from 32 yards. So there you go, PJ. As you're saying, but good field goal there by Aurora.
Yeah, Aurora, a great kicker for this Rams squad. He filled in because Bennett Perticello is dealing with a groin injury. Perticello is back this week, but only punting. So they're still with Aurora to, try and boot the ball through the uprights and also on the kickoffs. And, he did very well last week. He, just made first 3 points of the game for the Rams. So I think, you've got another star in that New Canaan special teams room with Neil Aurora.
Yeah, Aurora nailing that one from 32. So New Canaan jumps out to a 3-0 early lead, and we'll see how the Bunnell offense will respond after the Rams opening drive, and both special teams units taking the field. The Aurora will boot it deep. So New Canaan just getting it all figured out. See, one of the guys for Bunnell back there is Roddy Ricketts. A lot of conversation about him, and we'll talk about him when they get the ball, but here we go. That one's going to be caught there by Edward. He's going to give it over to Ricketts on that far right side. A little trickery already from the Bunnell special teams unit, and now the offense will take the field. And PJ, this is a strong offense led by quarterback Jake Garrigan and obviously Roddy Ricketts.
Yeah, Garrigan just to talk about him for a second, he is a true dual threat quarterback, as you see the kickoff here. And really, if you're Bunnell, you have to try and find a way to get plays past this New Canaan defense. And I like that already, right? They're drawing up trick plays for Ricketts, which is probably maybe your best bet against this New Canaan defense, because they're not going to have a lot of help.
Yeah.
Just running normal offense. But Garrigan, a true dual threat out of the backfield. He could run, he could throw. He could really do it all for this Bulldog squad.
Yeah, and, you can do it all, but now you're facing a tough defense in New Canaan, obviously led by defensive coordinator Chris Silvestri. They know how to play ball, all those guys. It seems like every time we're calling a game, PJ, it's all 11 hats on defense are getting there. We'll see how Bunnell will handle it. 1st and 10 for Garrigan. Motion, it's going to be a fake over to Ricketts. And not a lot there for Cheritopoulos.
Yeah, I mean, not a lot you could do running the ball against this New Canaan team. I mean, I guess a good thing for the Bulldogs is that Michael Harris had the flu all week for New Canaan, so he is out this game. He is standing on the sideline, I think still recovering a little bit, but, he can't miss a game. So, you still got big Ryan Francis. You got Hickey. You got Wharton being there, along with kind of Ladley and Hiraman on the edge. But no Mike Harrison there to really block the run.
It's a handoff to that left side, trying to get some yardage there, but a good stop there from New Canaan. Marsili with the tackle.
Yeah, good job by Dante Marsili. You see he was holding the outside. Let's take another look at it. Right, the handoff to the outside, and Marsili, he holds the outside leverage almost and just tries to keep the run inside so that he could bottle up the tackle easily.
So an early 3rd down now for Bunnell. 3rd and 2, we'll see what they'll do. They got 2 in the backfield, 1 on each side of Garrigan. And it's the big guy, Ricky Miller, to his right. It's going to go to Miller. He is not going to get it. Great push by that New Canaan defensive line, and that's the stop you want. Maybe a decision to go for it, but now staying on the field. Now it looks like the punt unit coming out.
Yeah, and I mean, what did I say? It's not going to be an easy day if you're trying to run the ball against this New Canaan squad. I mean, they've got so many just big bodies up front that it's really, really going to be difficult to try and get a lot of push on them. And, even if you put a big guy like Miller in the backfield, it's still going to be really difficult.
And that's the thing. I mean, Ricky Miller is huge, about 6 feet tall, 225 pounds. But all those Rams defensive linemen combined, they got him pretty heavily there. So it's going to be tough to run on. So here's the punt away, a short one. See if we can get a good roll. Hegel back there. He's just going to let this one, and it will be a nice bounce for Bunnell. Really nice bounce. Probably putting the Rams at about the 19-yard line, 19-yard line. So what a punt.
Somebody
that
touched
one.
it. All right, there it is.
Yeah. So that will put New Canaan far back. Good punt there from the Bulldogs, and now it'll be the 2nd series for New Canaan. And, I think that's one thing, PJ, after that New Canaan lost to Massac last year, it seemed like Massac was just running the ball down New Canaan's throat, and I think that's one thing that they really wanted to change, and you can tell it after that game last year and especially now.
Yeah, I mean, New Canaan, I think really Massac just kind of came out and went almost in the jumbo set the entire game. They were in a lot of wishbone, but really they just kind of gave it to New Canaan. They had a lot more bigger bodies up front, but now it's really opposite. New Canaan seems to be the biggest team on the field, offense or defense.
So here we go, 2nd series for the Rams. It's Hoffman with Stein to his right. We'll drop back, fake the pitch out to Stein. Looking down the middle of the field, wide open. He is Benny Hegel. It is caught by Hegel. And a big play for New Canaan to start out this 2nd drive, and he was wide open.
Yeah, that's the biggest play of Hegel's season so far. And Benny Hegel, you love to see it. I mean, a kid who he was injured, his sophomore year, a little bit of junior year, and just a guy who has really come into his own for this New Canaan squad.
Hand off to Stein. Stein with a nice little hole there. He'll have enough for a first down. There is a flag, though, so hold the yardage for a quick sec. Looks like it's going to be a hold against the Rams, so that run will be negated.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate if you're New Canaan, right? You tried kind of bringing up the tempo and going with the quick play right after the big catch from Hegel to try and catch Bunnell off guard and just get a little too much of a fistful of jersey, and all of a sudden you're back an extra 5 yards.
So after the big play from Hegel, puts the Rams around where the end of that Hegel catch ended up being. So 1st and 15. Hoffman gets Koch in motion. This time doesn't fake the toss, and what a play by Ricky Miller. Absolutely shot himself into the backfield right there, and Stein's going to lose a lot.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about him before. It seems like we're talking about him basically every play. Ricky Miller, I mean, he's just a force. You see him find the gap there, and he just ragdolls Stein to the ground. Not a lot Stein could do about it, and the offensive line just got to buy Stein a little bit more time to maybe help him break to the outside.
So that will end up being a loss of 8 yards. Now a 2nd and 23 now for New Canaan at their own 46. So Hoffman getting the final signals over from the sideline. Stein goes in motion behind him. Hoffman will drop back, rolling to his right. Miller's chasing him down. Good juke on Ricky Miller from Maddox Hoffman, and he gets hit. Looks like the student section wants a flag there, but that one, I think, just as Hoffman's going out of bounds, and there might be a Bulldog down on that Rams sideline.
Yeah, and that was a great play by Hoffman. Coach Marinelli, I think the one thing that he really says about Maddox that is unlike any quarterback that really, or I guess probably not any quarterback, but a lot of the quarterbacks in recent years for New Canaan is that Hoffman can tuck it and run whenever he wants. And you saw Bunnell was only rushing 2 there. They had pretty much everybody back in coverage, so it was going to be hard for Hoffman to get off the pass, and instead he just tucked it and ran and made a nice move on Miller and got some good yardage.
Now 3rd and 19. Hoffman is going to fire that one over, and it's Ricky Miller constantly in this Ram backfield. I think that one, is ruled incomplete. I don't think there's a little bit of a late whistle, but again, it's Ricky Miller blowing up the play, and New Canaan forced a punt as a Bulldog down on the play.
Yeah, it looks like that's the same player as last time, Jake DeVito. Similar name to New Canaan High School computer science teacher Jay DeVito. And baseball coach, yeah. I forget about that sometimes.
Yeah. So DeVito down. But, PJ, I mean, that's going to be a problem for New Canaan if Ricky Miller is going to be constantly in the backfield as he was. Seemed like almost every play on that drive.
Yeah, and I think, take this how you will. I think the one maybe good thing for New Canaan is that he plays both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
So he's really not necessarily going to be getting as much of a break as, players like Stein and really that entire New Canaan offensive line would be getting.
Yeah. So,
maybe come 3rd, 4th quarter, he's not going to have as big of an impact as he is right now. But, if he is, fully rested and rejuvenated during those 3rd and 4th quarters, it really, this entire game, it's going to be really hard for New Canaan.
Yeah, and that first drive for Bunnell, it was 3 plays and 3 runs. So Roddy Ricketts yet to touch the ball besides on that kickoff, on that little trickery they ran, but not on offense yet.
And I think for a guy like Ricketts, he is a very good deep threat, but I think also you want to get him the ball as much as you can, right? So finding some underneath routes and some screens wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if you're Bunnell.
So it is the senior Bennett Perticello back to punt, and it is Ricketts back there as the lone punt returner. Perticello, a great punter, obviously missing last week with the groin issue. So here's Perticello's punt. Great punt as Booman. See if we can get a good roll, and how about that one from Bennett Perticello, who's the reason that he's one of the best punters in the entire state. New Canaan's lucky to have him, but now will be pushed very far back on their second drive.
Yeah, I mean, not a lot you could say there, right?
Yeah.
Perticello, just pure, on the punt. See right there.
He makes it look so easy.
Yeah, he does. He's made it look easy since the 5th grade, basically. I mean, I think he played soccer at a young age and kind of stopped and just fully committed to football at some point in middle school. But he was a phenomenal kicker back then, and he's been a phenomenal kicker now. I mean, it just seems like it's automatic when Perticello is kicking the ball.
Yeah. So Bunnell will start with it on their own 7-yard line here and see what Jake Garrigan and the offense will do. New Canaan held very strongly on that first drive. No Garrigan this time in the gun. It's a direct snap, I think, to Ricketts, and he is absolutely bottled up by the Rams D-line. I mean, interesting play call there. PJ to start it off on their own 7. They're just going straight Wildcat, and I think Garrigan now coming into the game, but.
Yeah, and I wonder, maybe just trying to give it to Ricketts, see if he
was
could
blown
find
up.
some space. But, yeah, I think it was Hickey who got back there first. Grant Hickey, a real workhorse kind of guy. He's definitely not the biggest defensive lineman, but he plays with a lot of grit, and he's played on the line since a young age. He was actually – I lined up at a tackle in 7th grade, and he was the guard next to me on the right side.
So there's a false start on Bunnell, so pushing them back even farther now towards that goal line, half the distance. And the student section letting them know that you cannot move early before the ball snapped. So that will put Bunnell at about a 2nd and 13 on the 4. And yet to throw the ball is the Bulldog offense. So here's Garrigan. First pass attempt. He's rolling to his right fire in that one.
By Brooks.
Looking over to Miller. Miller puts his shoulder down. Looks like he stepped out of bounds earlier there, and the first pass is going to be a completion for Bunnell.
Yeah, and I think that was Marsilli who pushed him out of bounds there. But look at the pressure on the replay here. See right there shooting through is Ryan Brooks. I mean, that's a phenomenal play from Brooks, and that New Canaan pressure, we've talked about it all game long so far, really. It's Brooks just shooting through the line because Bunnell's got their hands full with the rest of the New Canaan defensive line.
So it ended up being a nice little gain there. 3rd and 2 now. It's just going to be a straight quarterback run. And looks like we'll get just enough. I think Garrigan maybe got 3 there on the 3rd and 2. And moving the change now for Bunnell.
Yeah, and it looked like he got bottled up pretty much right off the bat in that run, but he was able to kind of bounce off it. As you see right here.
Yeah.
Bounced off, and it was Ladley who tackled him. Ladley, a guy who came back from a concussion, was cleared before week 1, but they have a 5-day return to play rule. So Ladley only made his debut this season last game.
Rolling right. Garrigan fires that one. That's going to be completed just short of the sticks. I think that was number 3, Keyshawn Zimmerman, with the catch and get a 9 there.
Yeah, good job by Bunnell, just getting yards after yards here and really making this New Canaan defense work for,
Yeah. They'll give him the first down, actually.
Yeah. So
looks like at the end just got it.
2 straight first downs for Bunnell. Not probably what you would expect the way that this drive started.
Yeah. I think that's one thing that's different about this Bunnell team. They're not afraid of New Canaan, right? They're going to see how much they can keep this one going as Garrigan is going to hand that one straight up the gut. And there's all the New Canaan defensive line and linebackers coming to stop that one. I think the rush there by Cheritopoulos.
Yeah, take another look at that. See, great tackle. I think Yeah, that was Ryan Brooks who got in there. Former NCTV classmate of ours. Has since dropped the class, but no, Brooksy, a phenomenal athlete. I was actually on his team both years that I played youth in 7th and 8th.
Garrigan's going to roll right and just throw that one out of bounds. Good job by the New Canaan defense, and it will set up a 3rd and 7 now. And compared to where this drive started, Bunnell was able to get some yards, but it's a big play here, and we'll see if the Rams defense can get a little stop going on.
Yeah, 3rd down. This is huge. Get off the field because, last time it was 3rd down, right? Bunnell was able to get it on the QB keeper by Garrigan, so, I'm sure that they'll probably try and run this one here. Or, sorry, throw this one on 3rd and 7. But this New Canaan secondary is phenomenal.
It's the empty set for Garrigan. He's got 5 wide receivers. New Canaan D-line doing a little shift. Not much of a drop back. Ricketts just going to drop that screen pass. They were just trying to get it out to him quickly. He couldn't control it. And New Canaan forcing a big stop.
Yeah, and that's very uncharacteristic from Ricketts there. Let's take another look.
There's no drop back at all. He just
he looked straight to him. Just unfortunate for Bunnell, but I think even if Ricketts did catch that, he was bottled up pretty much right off the bat by it looked like Esposito.
So it'll be another punt now for Bunnell, and Heagle back there. First punt had a lot of roll on it. We'll see if Heagle is going to take this one. He will. Caught at about the 30. Heagle gets by 1. It's by a couple others, and he'll be brought down around the 42-yard line. So Heagle gets his first punt return of the night, and New Canaan offense will take the field. They got the field goal on that first drive there to go up 3-0. Had a big play on the last drive to Benny Heagle, but since then, after that, Bunnell did a good job of holding strong.
Yeah, Bunnell. Their defense is definitely very, very strong. I mean, we've seen it. We saw it last drive, really specifically. But I think that defensive line, right? You got, of course, a guy like Ricky Miller, but you also got some guys in there like Urenki, who he's a real beast inside the middle too.
So it'll be Hoffman with Stein to his left. Hands that one off to Stein, going right. Makes a move, almost breaking a tackle there, getting just shy of the 50. Nice little run there from Stein.
Yeah, Stein. That's a great run. Stein, a real hard-nosed runner. See, he gets to the edge and just gets all the yardage that he possibly can before finally being bottled up.
Same play to Stein. Makes a nice move. They'll have enough for a first down, and he's just trying to stay upright as long as he can. It's going to take a lot of Bunnell Bulldogs to bring him down.
Once again, Stein just hard-nosed. He gets it to the outside, and timeout, Bunnell.
Yep, so Bulldogs will call their first timeout of the half, and there's the run by Stein again. He just makes one cut in the ground, and he just stays up on his feet. And as always, it takes a lot to bring him down.
Yeah, it looks like just the Bunnell defense is tired, to say the least. A lot of these guys playing both sides, and I think that this timeout is really just to kind of break up that New Canaan momentum and break up that tempo.
Yeah, Stein got enough there for the first down. Little break now, PJ. Weather looking good right now.
Yeah, there's a little bit of smoke on.
Yeah, I don't think that's weather related.
Yeah, I don't even know really what that is. But yeah, other than that, it's a great night for some football here in New Canaan. It's definitely, I mean, compared to this point in the game last week, it really is a lot darker, I think.
Esposito getting that one quickly, and will get brought down. Gain of a couple there for the Rams. Ortiz with the tackle. again in this same formation as the Rams. McInerney gets the direct snap, just following his blockers in there, and he'll have enough for a first down. Still pushing the pile is New Canaan. And that is the strong offensive line that the Rams possess. They will keep the runners upright for as long as possible.
Yeah, and I mean, when you have a guy like McInerney who has really been a natural talent since maybe the 4th grade, you know, it is very hard to bring him down. As we have an injury timeout here by the referees, but McInerney, great player, really hard to bring down. And I was talking to his grandpa before the game, actually, and you know, we're talking about how James really needs to be in on the offense more for this New Canaan squad.
Yeah, looks like one of those Bunnell players down. Getting some treatment right now. In the meantime, New Canaan doing a good job on this drive, just pushing the offense down the field. And you know, PJ, looking at this crowd, I mean, this is great attendance right now for New Canaan. It's packed from the far left all the way over to the student section on the right, and this is what you want here on Friday night.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great environment. Everyone coming out to support the boys, and not much more to it, right? I mean, just great showing from the really the whole town. I think these Friday night games probably get second biggest showings compared to the Turkey Bowl. I think the homecoming game maybe gets the least, which is unfortunate. That's during the day too, but I think really it's just the vibes on that one really aren't the same as Friday night under the lights, and this one's a big one.
I mean, compared to last week, I have a feeling that I don't think the student section is going to be leaving at halftime of this one. I mean, this is a big game, obviously. Top 10 teams going at it. A couple other big matchups around the state as well. I know Darienne's on the road tonight. They have a tough one.
Yeah. I think that's just going to do it for the first quarter.
Yeah, so clock will run out there on the first quarter. New Canaan up 3-0, just working it nicely and changing sides of the field. And for more on that first quarter, we have Lucas as a party down on the field. Lucas.
Thanks, Bell. It's really nice to be down here on the field with some great view of some great players, such as Andrew Esposito and Bennett Hegel, who had a 35-yard reception earlier this quarter, and it really helped to boost the Rams. It's been a real defensive showdown, however, down here, as it's only 3-0 on the scoreline, and the Bunnell defense has really been shutting down Maddox Hoffman. They've had 2 tackles for losses and 2 QB pressures, which has forced them to throw plenty of interceptions, plenty of incompletions, sorry. So it's been a real defensive showdown, and I think it will continue to be. So that's all from me. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Lucas, as New Canaan will take the field again in the jumbo package. It's Esposito by himself getting the direct snap. Esposito found a nice little lane there, and he's getting awfully close to that first down yard marker, and PJ, New Canaan kind of farming the jumbo right now.
Yeah, New Canaan, I mean, it's so hard to stop. I mean, have we really ever seen anybody stop it? I don't really think so. But yeah, no, just give it to Esposito, give it to McInerney, and let him go to work.
So let's do it again. James McInerney this time, getting the handoff. Excuse me, direct snap, not handoff, and he'll get a couple there. And he got enough to move the chains, and it's a New Canaan first down.
Yeah, and Bell, you said earlier, right, Darienne's away. They're actually playing Massac, who Bunnell played last week.
Yeah.
So some good news definitely for you New Canaan fans is that Massac is up 7-0. They took a 80-yard screen pass to the house. I don't know necessarily if that's good news for Bunnell fans or not, but maybe because Bunnell did beat that Massac squad.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you would rather see them lose.
Another jumbo package. It's Esposito with the direct snap, and he's got a full head of steam there, and he'll get brought down as New Canaan are just keep working the ball inside. That one now inside of the 10, and I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Looks like they're just gonna go right back to it again. Bunnell trying to make some late subs here. This time only 2 in front of Esposito, normally 3. Let's do it again. Esposito getting it. And they're just getting closer and closer, the Rams, around the 5 now. And, I mean, let's see. Are we going to probably do it again? Looks like we're going to have it again. Maybe McInerney this time, though. It's like McInerney and Esposito are just rotating who's going to get these direct snaps here. And
I mean, why wouldn't you? You got 2 of the best athletes in the state.
Yeah. So here we go. James McInerney now. He'll catch the direct snap, and James McInerney will have enough. Untouched for the first New Canaan touchdown of the night in this top 10 showdown. It's the senior McInerney, and it's 9-0 for New Canaan pending the PAT. And look at the New Canaan student section over there throwing all the, the gold kind of, I don't even know, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. It looks very cool. Yeah. Almost like stars going off there, but here's another look at McInerney. I mean, I don't think a Bunnell defender even got him. It was his own offensive lineman that touched him. Student section rocking, and New Canaan will look to attempt the PAT now.
I literally don't even know what that is. Like,
yeah, it's awesome though.
Yeah,
it
is really cool.
It's like
until it gets on the field, but
right, it's like floating in the air over there.
Yeah, it's just staying up there.
So Aurora for the extra point. Maybe a little movement on New Canaan. Bunnell was pointing across. Yeah, it's a false start on New Canaan. See Coach Marinelli just shaking his head, and that's what makes him so great. I mean, it's an extra point, but still, losing 5 yards there is like the end of the world for this New Canaan team because those are the mistakes that they never make. So we'll push Aurora back 5 for the extra point. There's still like one of those in the air over there. It's just falling down now. They're like paper, it's like sprinkles almost.
Yeah.
So extra point is up. And that is good from Neil Aurora. And it's 10-0 New Canaan after I think it was almost every play, if not every play on that drive was just let's go jumbo and get the direct snaps. Whether it was Esposito and then James McInerney punching it in for the touchdown.
Yeah, and you got a guy like McInerney and you got a guy like Esposito. Really, either one would make a coach, very happy. And when you have both on the same team, it's honestly, it might be harder because you don't know who to give the ball to each play, right? You have 2 guys that you could really give the ball and they could pound it up the gut. And I think that was kind of the dilemma in youth when both of them were on the same team in 8th grade. It was really line both of them up in the backfield and see who wanted it.
Yeah. So Aurora will get ready to boot this one deep. Not a lot from the Bunnell offense. A couple, 10-yard gains passing-wise, but have yet to cross the 50. We'll see if Edward will do another one of these, handoffs to Roddy Ricketts back there. We'll see who gets it. So Aurora will run up to this one. It's going to be over the head of Edward and just bounce into the end zone for a touchback. And New Canaan defense will take the field again, and they've been able to really contain this Bunnell offense the first couple drives.
Yeah, this New Canaan defense has been able to contain everybody these past few weeks, really. I mean, they've let up 10 total points, through, 9 quarters and a little bit more of play. And all 10 of those coming against Newtown in the first game of the season when they were definitely still shaking out some of the kinks.
Yeah, so Bunnell will have it at their own 20. Very different NFL touchback, 35-yard line. Here in high school, it's a 20. You gotta earn your offensive yards here in high school ball. Better than the NFL. I said it. Boom. There you go. More yards needed from the offenses. So it's Garrigan in the gun. Play action. Garrigan's going to roll to his right. Fire that one over. There's Roddy Ricketts getting the grab there, and Ricketts will get a little chunk there.
Yeah, good catch from Ricketts and good wrap up by James McInerney, right? You could let this guy catch a couple balls, but what you can't do is let him get open in the open field, and because he'll make a couple guys miss. But see, it's a good play by Garrigan. He finds his number 1 receiver, number 1.
Yeah.
And McInerney's right on him the whole time, right? A guy that just catches the ball and gets tackled immediately isn't going to kill you. It's the guy that, catches the ball and gets a lot of run after catch that will.
So Garrigan, a little trickery. It's going to go over to Roddy Ricketts, trying to just get behind the blocker, but he's going to get nothing. He might lose a little bit there as the New Canaan swarm just finds their way to Ricketts. Marsili in there, a couple of, the whole defense of New Canaan looked like it could have been something at first and then pretty much turns into nothing.
Yeah, you see Hierman was trying to get inside, was unable to do so. So it got left out to the secondary, and a great job by McInerney holding off the block and trying to read behind and just buy himself and his teammates a lot more time to make a play on that ball.
So they'll give him a yard. It will be a 2nd and 9 now for Garrigan. New Canaan doing the patented shift. Garrigan's going to roll to his left and fire that one incomplete. A little short of his intended target there, Raffaelli. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 9 for Bunnell.
Yeah, that was Grayson Ladley in coverage. Ladley is actually playing safety in their 7-on-7 league. So definitely an outside linebacker that's better in coverage. To see him on the floor there, but Ladley more of a coverage linebacker than a pass rushing guy, and
yeah,
he could really do it all for you though whenever you need it.
So 3rd and 9 now for Garrigan in the Bulldog offense. Not a lot. There's Ladley dropping back into coverage on that left side. Garrigan's going to drop back, stepping up. He's going to run it. He's going to get past Ladley, diving towards the 1st down. Looks like he got it off of that last-ditch effort there, and a nice little run there from Garrigan. Looks like he was going to get brought down a little earlier, kind of shifted Ladley just barely to get the 1st down there.
Yeah, and that's just a collapse from the New Canaan defense. See everyone trying to get in there, but you can't get 11 hats on the ball, and eventually when they do, that's when, they bring them down. But you need 11 hats on the ball, and that's what this New Canaan team has been so good at doing in history, and just unable there, right?
Yeah, Garrigan got 11 there on the 3rd and 9, so fresh set of chains now for the Bunnell offense. It's Garrigan again in the gun. All 3 wide receivers on the right lined up behind each other. Garrigan's going to send this little screen pass over. This has got a nice little chunk to it, and another 1st down for the Bulldogs. It's Charitopoulos, the running back, just getting that screen there.
Yeah, it's a great play by Charitopoulos, and those screen plays. A lot of these teams don't really do them too often, but when they do, it can really kill you if you're not expecting it.
I mean, Bunnell, very interesting screens. The running backs, they're not going out that wide really. It's kind of just staying towards the middle of that offensive line. So I mean, if there's a defensive lineman aware, that could be an interception, but Bunnell just kind of run that to perfection almost.
Yeah, I still remember Matt Salmini's one-handed interception on the screen pass versus St. Joe's our freshman year, Bell.
So back-to-back 1st downs for Bunnell. And we'll see how the Bulldogs will respond with being down by 10 here, no points to show. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Good little stoppage and play there, but now we're back. Garrigan, New Canaan showing some pressure. Looks like might have been Miller, just kind of slipped. Yeah, slipped in the backfield there and just got back to the line of scrimmage there. And a couple handoffs for Ricky Miller, but he's got nothing to show for them.
Yeah, and when you have a big guy like that, like Miller, you would think that you'd be able to kind of just bully your way through the defense, but this New Canaan defensive line has bigger guys like Ryan Francis and Grant Hickey and Shane Whartonby, who who can bully their way through your offensive line. So
Yeah.
it's really hard for a big running back like that in a game against a team like this.
So here's Garrigan. He's got Miller to his left. He'll drop. He's going to throw this one deep, trying to put a little air under it. And that one incomplete, intended for Zimmerman. And the first real test for that New Canaan secondary, they end up getting a nice little hold.
Yeah, that was good job. It was Koch in coverage there. As you see, looks like a sluggo route. I think. Yeah, that was Zimmerman who was trying to look for that and just kind of threw it over the back shoulder was Garrigan, and Koch staying in phase. It was good coverage and able to bottle it up.
So 3rd and 10 now for Bunnell. Their best drive so far across the 50, pushing into Ram territory. Garrigan dropping back with some heavy pressure, and he goes down in the backfield. How about that from the senior captain, Ryan Brooks?
Yeah, Brooksy, we've seen him get in the backfield numerous times today, and finally it's about time that he gets a sack. As you see him just shoot through the gap, he's so good at finding those gaps and making the quarterbacks pay. You saw him deck Garrigan in his own end zone before, but just great play once again by Ryan Brooks, who seems to always be making some great plays.
Yeah. So Bunnell's best drive will still end in a punt. Very low. I mean, just resorting on the bounce. Almost touched one of the Rams specialists there. Just avoided him, and New Canaan will start with it. But a couple punts now for Bunnell, and they don't really rely on the hang time too much. It's more of the positive roll, as New Canaan will come out and take the field. Great drive on their last one out, and if you're offensive coordinator Jimmy Nugent, I think you got to realize that they cannot stop the jumbo. So if you ever get into a scenario where you got to use it, I think we'll probably be seeing it more, and I don't think that was the last time we'll see it on that last drive.
Yeah, and the only thing is that Esposito and McInerney are definitely going to get tired, right, running through C defenders. So I think maybe getting some guys like Stein involved in that also wouldn't be the worst idea in the world.
So 1st and 10 for New Canaan. It's Hoffman. Stein directly behind him. Little motion from Brady Mazabris, and Stein's going to get that handoff and get a little yardage there before he's brought down by a couple of Bulldogs.
Yeah, that's a good job by Stein. And, just a great job kind of running it up the gut and getting those nitty-gritty yards.
Yeah, so Stein getting his little chunk there, bringing up a 2nd down for Hoffman. And you can see last week he had 4 of those touchdowns against Ridgefield with his 3rd start. That one, Stein almost fell a little early in the backfield there. Not a lot for New Canaan, so that will move the chains for New Canaan.
Yeah, and the Rams just kind of going to the ground and pound here. You see Stein once again trying to get it through the middle, and it was Miller there on the tackle for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, so third or 4th possession for New Canaan at this point, and we'll see Hoffman again. Stein right behind him. Be another handoff to Henry Stein. He's blown up in the backfield that time. Nice tackle there. So that was number 21, Cheritopoulos.
Yeah, Cheritopoulos. Great tackle. Him and Miller really kind of complete this defensive line for the Bulldogs. Both of them. It seems like we're saying either one of their names pretty much every single play. And they're getting back there, and they're really blowing up this New Canaan run game.
Yeah, so it was a loss of 2 for Stein, bringing up a 2nd and 12. Hoffman drops the snap. He's just got a fall on that one. So a mistake by the junior quarterback, and now it's going to set up a 3rd and long. And if you're Bunnell, you love that one.
Yeah, Bunnell, I think you got to get some more pressure on Hoffman, especially on this 3rd down. I mean, I think a lot of people are expecting a New Canaan throw here as you see Hoffman just kind of bobble that snap. Good reflexes to get back on top of it. But I want to see Cheritopoulos and Miller and a couple of those other guys get inside for Bunnell and try and create some pressure, Falcone included.
Esposito is one-on-one down there with Roddy Ricketts. That could be, the matchup of the year right there. The two top receivers in the state are now going at it in the receiver DB battle. So it's Hoffman. It's 3rd and long. They need about 18 to convert. He's looking Esposito's way. Down the field. He has a step. How about it? Andrew Esposito. We highlight the matchup. Roddy Ricketts gets beat. And it's Andrew Esposito time and time again saving the Rams.
You knew where Maddox Hoffman was going as soon as that ball was snapped. He turned and looked to the left, and there's no one else on that left side besides Ricketts and Esposito, and one of them was coming down with it. And Esposito just made some, some space in the middle and made the catch.
Yeah, I mean, surely a decision to be one-on-one with Andrew Esposito with no safety help. Here's Hoffman dropping back. He's got time. He's going to throw that one out towards the sideline, incomplete, intended for Stein. But one-on-one coverage with Andrew Esposito. Roddy Ricketts is great. He's got D1 offers, but you're playing a guy who's also playing D1 next year. And Esposito wins that battle. Just had the immediate speed. And if you're New Canaan, you got to love it. They're, I think, just on the 20, so right in the red zone now for a 2nd and 10. So Esposito now in the slot on that left side. They'll kind of move him around a little bit, mostly on the outside, but we'll get his inside reps as well, and that will switch off Roddy Ricketts away from him. So here's Hoffman. Dropping back. He's looking left. He's got no one. He's going to roll right, and he's just going to chuck that one. Not sure if it even made it out of bounds initially. It might have bounced inbounds first, and it will be a quick 2 plays there from New Canaan. Now a 3rd and 10 for the Rams.
Yeah, and he was looking for Brady Mazabers there, but just didn't look at him quick enough. Mazabers had probably a little bit of a window, in the first couple seconds of that play, but then Mazabers kind of got tied up when Hoffman was looking the other way, and the double coverage came on Mazabers, but it was a good look towards him, and I like the idea, but just can't convert.
See Coach Nugent down there, used to be on top of the press box, making the switch this year, because you got Maddox Hoffman his first year starting. And, I talked to some players, Coach Nugent wants to be down there to communicate with this new quarterback more. We'll see what they'll dial up on this 3rd and 10. Hoffman, again, looking left initially. He'll step up into the pocket, fires that one to Esposito, and a rare drop from Andrew Esposito. Would have had enough there for a 1st down, and it just kind of goes through his hands, through his body, and it will be a field goal now for New Canaan, but a rare drop there from Esposito.
Yeah, I mean, I've loved the look to Esposito. When you've got a guy like that sitting wide open in the middle of the field, you have to hit him, and just, a lot of pressure in the middle of the field. I think he could kind of sense that, but just unfortunate for the Rams.
So ball at the 20. That'll be a 37-yarder for Aurora. I remember he drilled one from about 43 last week, so inside his range now. 37 yards. That kick is up, and he sneaks it in. How about the kicking from Neil Aurora? 13-0 for New Canaan. The crowd loves it.
Yeah, Aurora, phenomenal kicker, and you would think by this point now he doesn't feel the pressure anymore, and being up here, I don't know if that's true or not, but he looks cool as a cucumber when he's kicking that ball now. And maybe last week he was a little nervous, but now it's money in the bank.
Money in the bank, yep.
Kicking.
I mean, that's 2 kicks now for Aurora. I mean, from our view, looks like they're almost, going wide, and then he just kind of sneaks them inside the uprights. So it's 2 field goals on the night for Aurora. 13-0 for New Canaan, and Bunnell is 1,000%, still in this game. Can never count him out with Roddy Ricketts and whatnot, but they are, playing themselves into a little bit of a hole here, and that's how well the Rams defense is playing. So Aurora, get ready to boot this one deep. Booming kick away. It's going to be caught, I think, by Edward back there. He is lit up by the Rams. He's not even going to make that past, I think, the 15. I mean, maybe by a yard, but Buchanan's special teams doing their job, and now the defense back out there, and they've been playing strong tonight, Peach.
Yeah, this Buchanan defense has been playing strong all season. Still only 10 points let up through basically, 10 quarters now, 2.5 games, and it was a great showing last weekend. Again, right here, I don't even know if Bunnell has made it over midfield in this game.
Yeah, I think it was on the last drive barely. I think they got to around the 40, and then the sack by Brooks. But I mean, it's only 1 or 2 plays that they've had across the 50, so. Got to get something going here, and looks like Cheritopoulos and Miller, 2 guys in the backfield. Miller's going to get it, and again, nothing. And this New Canaan line, it's Grant Hickey there. Maybe the size sort of mismatch. I think Heerman ended up with the ball maybe, but don't think that will account for anything. But Ricky Miller just really getting nothing there.
Yeah, and that was a great job by Grant Hickey right off the line. If you watch this play again, watch number 15. He gets in there and just bottles up Miller the whole play.
Yeah, the ball
came out way after, and Heerman jumped on it. Always trying to get those scrappy turnovers, right? He had that one pick against Newtown last year in the state semifinal.
And obviously Grant Hickey wearing that number of Simon Shakarov, who's now playing in Chicago, playing some college ball. So it's a good number to have if you're on the Rams defense. Garrigan dropping back. Good comms from someone in the crowd yelling pass there. That one, Charlie Koch almost jumped that one. Trying to pick that one off, and it's incomplete, and it'll be a quick 3rd down for Bunnell.
Yeah, that's some great defense by Koch. And you see him trying to almost lurk that pass there, and he almost jumped it right in time. But, that was right at the 1st down marker, too, so still a great pass breakup by Koch. 41 seconds left in the half.
Yeah, 41 seconds left to go. It's a 3rd and 14, so we'll see if Bunnell wants to maybe keep it conservative. Remember, New Canaan, they got a couple timeouts in their back pocket. Actually, we have a timeout right now, looks like from Bunnell. So maybe just talking this one over. I mean, again, with 41 seconds left to go, last thing you want to do is, risk a turnover of some sort. So maybe they'll keep it on the ground, but we'll see. What are you dialing up on 3rd and 14, PJ?
3rd and 14. I think you got to look at your matchups. I think if Ricketts has anybody other than Esposito or Koch, I think I'm looking that way, unless there's maybe safety help over top. But you got to get a pass. I think maybe something over the middle to try and get some momentum, because New Canaan does still have all 3 timeouts. So if you run this one, they're just going to blow one right there.
Yeah. So again, New Canaan, they got all their timeouts left. So got to think Coach Marinelli's thinking about, using those in the back pocket. Especially if there's an incompletion of some sort. So we'll see what will happen here. Looks like a heavy wide receiver set, though. So
I think I found the root of the smoke. I think it's the chicken truck, maybe.
Yep, good call. Hopefully they're showing fire. It's pretty persistent. But here we go, 3rd and 14 for Garrigan.
Pumping out a lot of chicken.
Yeah, play action. Garrigan's going to try and look it downfield and collapsed upon by the New Canaan defense, escaping for a little bit. But he can't escape too far. A lot of running in the backfield, and the Rams making another big stop.
Yeah, that was Dallas George who got in there, who is showing all the signs of the next best New Canaan athlete. See Garrigan trying to escape all the pressure. There's Hickey, there's Brooks, there's Hierman, there's Francis, and then finally it's Dallas George
It's
who
like
gets
a children's
back
book
there.
right there. Just listen to everyone on the defense.
Yeah.
So maybe a yard there, but it will be the punt team. Rams did call a timeout with 29 seconds left to go, and you know the punting so far from Bunnell, I mean they rely on the rolls. So you know one bad roll, I mean also Roddy Ricketts is their punter, which is interesting. But I mean look where Hegel's standing. He's not standing very far back. That one has decent hang. Hegel will just smartly call a fair catch to give his offense enough time. I mean already inside of the 45-yard line. So let's see what New Canaan can do here with 24 seconds.
Yeah, I think if New Canaan's able to dial up a deep one too, you know, maybe Esposito, but I'd like to look to Koch a little bit more. I think he's had some pretty good matchups tonight. I think if you could find Koch open up the seam or something, then that might give you enough time to get some more points on the board.
Yeah, and
Although
I mean,
I would also like to see McInerney, but they're not using him
Yeah.
on the offense as much.
I mean, with how Neil Aurora has been kicking, I mean, you could really, you know, you're at the 42 right now. I mean, if you get about, 16 or 17 yards, maybe 15 yards to try and set him up with a kick, more than doable for him. So not a lot is needed for New Canaan. Now a safety towards that side where Esposito is. Hoffman, he'll drop back, looking for his options. Esposito not going too far down. He's going to throw that one over to Koch. And how about the snag there from Charlie Koch, a little toe tap towards the sideline, and now New Canaan maybe in the field goal range of Aurora.
I mean, what did I say, right? Charlie Koch, he's had the matchups all night long. You take another look, you see Hoffman rolling out of the pocket, and Koch just has enough separation to make that catch. Phenomenal play by him.
So Koch getting it to the New Canaan 27-yard line. Gain of about 15 there. And with 15 seconds left to go, and they still got some timeouts, it's Hoffman. He's rolling. He's going to just throw that one out of bounds. Koch was the nearest receiver. 9 seconds left to go for the Rams, so we'll see maybe one more shot, near or at least, in the vicinity of the end zone. If not, could see the field goal unit.
Yeah, I think New Canaan, maybe you bomb this one deep. I don't know if you're necessarily going for the touchdown, but just want to get it closer, right? Get some more yards so that at least it's kind of a chip shot for Aurora rather than a deep bomb.
Yeah, I think that play was more or less dialed up for Hegel right there, just kind of streaking across the field. And Esposito wasn't even really running too much of a threatening route. So Hoffman, he's just going to hand this one off to Stein, try and get some yardage. He'll get it around to the 25. New Canaan will call a timeout with 5 seconds left to go, and here comes the field goal unit. So Stein maybe getting 2 yards there to the 25. So that'll be a 42-yard field goal for Aurora. Remember, he drilled the 43-yarder from last week, so just a yard shorter from that one. We know he can make it. I mean, his one last week probably would have been good from 50. So Canaan will just talk it over. Aurora is feeling good. He's 2 for 2 on field goals tonight. Yet to miss. Looks like he's getting awfully close at some points, but he just always sneaks them in. Either one of the uprights. So here we go. It'll be from 42. Let's see if Aurora can do it again. He did it last week from 43. This one a yard shorter at 42. Here it is. Aurora gets that kick. He has so much leg on that one, and he missed that one. No good from Neil Aurora. I think it went wide left, and that's the angle perception from up here. That one looked the best of all the ones tonight. And Aurora with his first miss on the year, and it will be New Canaan with a 13-0 lead into the halftime locker room there, PJ. But overall, nice half there from the Rams, Yeah,
it was a good half from the boys. They played well. The defense was phenomenal as always. Yeah, the offense was pretty good too, I guess.
Yeah, so for more on that first half, we have Lucas as a party down in the field. Lucas.
Thanks, boys. It's been a great watch down here. The New Canaan Rams were able to finally break through the Bunnell defense and score a touchdown to make the score 10-0 after James McInerney ran one home and Neil Aurora banged in the free kick. The New Canaan defense is also held strong this quarter as they maintained their shutout and have picked up right where they left off after last week's amazing 47-0 win over the Ridgefield Tigers. Neil Aurora late into the half tacked on another 3 points for the New Canaan Rams after star wide receiver Andrew Esposito was able to make a big 50-yard reception to put the Rams in a position to score. That's all from me, boys. It's been a really great watch. PJ, Ryan, back up to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Lucas, and that will be it for the first half. Again, New Canaan up 13-0. Don't go anywhere there. We will be back for the start of the second half, and we'll send it away to sponsors.
This game is sponsored by our NC Rams All Sports Booster Club Platinum and Gold sponsors. We would like to thank our Platinum sponsor, Quest Builders Group, a general contracting, construction management, and consulting company who proudly supports all of our high school athletes. We would like to thank our Platinum sponsor, Dr. William Fessler of Fessler Family Dentistry, the dental office for your entire family's dental needs. At William Fessler Family Dentistry, smile. You're in good hands. We thank Platinum sponsor Frangione Engineering. Planning on putting in a pool or an addition onto your house? Are you having drainage issues on your property? Frangione Engineering can help you find a solution. Platinum sponsors and NCHS alumni Leo and Steve Carl of Carl Chevrolet, who have been proud supporters of local athletic programs for generations. Their dealership has been serving Fairfield County since 1927. Their team is ready to assist with all of your automotive needs. We thank Platinum sponsor Manfredi Jewels. Manfredi Jewels, your local official Rolex jeweler, is excited to continue carrying the finest jewelry and watch brands and welcome the New Canaan community into their newly renovated store this fall. Go Rams! Platinum sponsor Renaissance Partners, a family-owned and New Canaan-based residential building and remodeling company serving all of Fairfield County. We thank Platinum sponsor Walter Stewart's. Walter Stewart's Market has supported NC Rams athletics and the entire New Canaan community for years. Walter Stewart's is your fresh local market. We also thank our Platinum sponsor Hoyt Livery for 30 plus years of service. We would like to thank our gold sponsor Anderson Kenny Architecture, a full-service practice that encompasses a range of commissioned residential and commercial projects. Each project is a thoughtful collaboration tailored for clients and their needs. The outcome is highly personal, constructed with intention and integrity. We thank another gold sponsor, Club Sandwich, a family-owned deli right here in town serving the New Canaan community since 1986. They are a proud sponsor of the New Canaan community and all of our sports teams. And we thank NC Graphics LLC, a gold sponsor who is a constant supporter of the NCHS Booster Club. They are a custom graphics company located right here in New Canaan for all of your logo designing needs. Again, a big thank you to all of our sponsors. The NC Rams All Sports Booster Club supports all New Canaan High School athletics. Go Rams!
field, gentlemen, please. Thank you.
Can I steal the water from you guys? Can I steal the water from you guys? What's up, guys? How you doing? Oh, I see. Eric, what are you talking about? No.
Welcome back to the start of the second half here. New Canaan up 13-0 against Bunnell. If you're just joining us, it was a good first half, very defensive first half, and New Canaan did a great job. And PJ, it was all New Canaan early on there, and what do you see in that first half?
Yeah, I thought the Rams played great, especially defensively. Bunnell barely got over the midline field, and then just went right back over on the sack from Ryan Brooks. Outside of that, I thought New Canaan's offense was pretty good. They could probably work on getting it a little bit more efficient in the red zone in terms of touchdowns, but other than that, I thought they were phenomenal.
Yeah, and talking about Bunnell, what do they got to do in the second half to pretty much shut down their offense in that first half? What do they got to do in the second half to make this ball game?
I feel like you got to get a couple other guys involved, right? New Canaan has really been keying up Roddy Ricketts, and it's kind of shown the way that he really has not gotten too many touches. So I think you got to kind of find some other guys, in the middle that can get it done.
Yeah, so New Canaan taking back the field right now. Out towards the sideline. Get some score updates. Staples up right now. See Darien Masick tied at 7 apiece at Masick. So some local scores going on around the league right now. And New Canaan, see what will go on here. And unfortunately, PJ, it seems like the whole student section almost gone. They got about a row there, but not too good. Everyone left. It's a good game.
Yeah, this is a very good game, and props to the students that did stick around. Looks like a lot of those seniors, a lot of the bomb squad leaders. Right? You got guys like Petey Zwick and Finn Roeder down there who are leading the bomb squad.
Yeah. So New Canaan get ready to set it up. PJ, we have a special guest in the box as well right now.
Yeah, we got Will Langford, former New Canaan wide receiver up here. Yeah, he said he's going to the Ryder Cup on Sunday.
Yeah.
Langford, any words? He said no.
Yeah, I think a pass there. Right?
Yeah. Maybe we'll try for the end of the game.
Yeah. So New Canaan will set to boot this one deep. Bunnell will start with it second half. Only down by 13, so 2-possession game right now. And PJ, Roddy Ricketts really did not get it going in that first half.
Yeah, and I think that's largely due in part to Andrew Esposito from New Canaan, who has not only shut him down, but also really giving him a run for his money on the when the Rams are on the offensive side of the ball and Ricketts is on defense. I think he's really having some troubles.
So here we go, underway to start it. A little squib there from Aurora. Ricketts will get this one, see what he'll do. Just trying to cut this one far outside. Look out on that sideline. He's just going to step out of bounds, not taking any hit there from New Canaan special teams. And New Canaan defense will take the field yet again. And PJ, they played phenomenal in that first half. I think the story is how well the defense is playing.
Defense, what more could you really expect from New Canaan high school defense? This group of linebackers and the secondary and the defensive line, it really all kind of comes together and accumulates in stopping the run and the pass.
Yeah, so Bunnell and quarterback Jake Garrigan will take the field. Someone wide open. I think it's Ricketts. No one's on him. Esposito sprinted out there. If that was snapped quickly, that's a free touchdown for Bunnell. But
at least they didn't sneak him on after the rest of the team came out like Darien did last year.
So here we go. First play of the second half will be a quick little handoff up the gut to Cheritopoulos, and he'll get about a few there for me and that D-line.
Yeah, good hard-nosed running, trying to get a couple of yards and get a little bit of a push on this New Canaan defensive line. But I think Bunnell, they really have to kind of utilize their power and their offense right now, because come the fourth quarter, these guys that play both ways are going to get really tired. So I think, getting a good push on the offensive line now and maybe getting some good good passing over the middle is really crucial.
So Garrigan. Again, he's going to actually keep it on the read option. Jukes out Esposito. He's got a nice little running lane here. Garrigan along this left sideline. Will get chased down, but not before a huge gain from the Bunnell quarterback on the read option. And PJ, what a play call there.
Yeah, it looks like he just caught New Canaan off guard. They all thought that he was going up the gut, and then he broke it outside and looked like it was McInerney and Esposito who were tracking, and Espo couldn't wrap up fully on the tackle and wound up coming down to Jack Kroll to make the play, and that he did, and that's really the Jack Kroll effect. I think he's never going to give up on a play, and he might be the best athlete on this entire field, maybe the best overall athlete in really the whole state.
Yeah, good job there from Kroll to not give it up. I mean, sticking with his. Garrigan will keep that one again. Only get a few. It was a 39-yard rush there from Garrigan in the best field position of the game for Bunnell.
Yeah, Bunnell definitely their best opportunity to try and get something done here. And this is kind of what I was saying, Bell, right? The Bunnell, they play both sides, a lot of these players, so it's really difficult to play a complete game, but if you could play just that first and third quarter and get a lot of push and get a lot of yardage here, that could be very crucial.
Garrigan, another handoff right up the gut. And Cheritopoulos again, not too much, so we'll bring up a third down.
Carried by number 21, Marius Cheritopoulos.
Steelers still giving me a 3 yards, so it will be a 3rd and 6 at the Rams 25.
3 yards on the play. Brings up a 3rd down and 6.
So we'll see what Bunnell will dial up here. 3rd and 5. And yet to really pass the ball. It's kind of sticking conservatively with the runs. So Garrigan will fake it. He'll pitch this one out to Miller. He's going to throw it down the field. He's got to step, and that is in for a touchdown, Bunnell. And how about the little trickery? And it's Roddy Ricketts. We were talking about him all night. Ricketts finally makes something happen, but it's a trick play, and it's the running back / defensive end, Ricky Miller, on the throw there, PJ.
Yeah, and I said this basically right as Bunnell got the ball, that they need to run some trickery and try and fool New Canaan here, because you're not going to beat this New Canaan team just running classic offense, right? You're going to have to trick them and, play some mind games with them almost, and that's what they did. You caught McInerney off guard, and Ricketts was able to sneak behind him and get the touchdown.
I mean, I think that was the last thing that Rams defense was expecting, was Ricky Miller to throw that ball, and actually was able to connect it pretty well over to Roddy Ricketts. There's the point after, up and good. So Bunnell is on the board. First drive, first touchdown, and there will be a 13-7 New Canaan lead. And BJ, and that was ideal from Bunnell. You take another look there. I mean, pretty good throw there from a guy that's not really ever throwing the ball. So Bunnell will absolutely take that. And we got a game on our hands here.
Yeah, that was a great throw, and it seemed like basically the entire New Canaan team thought that it was going to be a run. And McInerney kind of collapsed, expecting that, and all of a sudden he's got to turn back around because he sees Ricketts running behind him and Miller gearing up for a throw.
Yeah, so Bunnell will kick this one deep, and now a little pressure mounting on New Canaan. I mean, really first time this year where, opposition is making a big play, kind of get their nerves up a little bit. So we'll see how Maddox Hoffman and this Rams offense will respond.
Mason Williams into kickoff for Bunnell.
Koch and McInerney back there for New Canaan.
That be for New Canaan. Number 7, Charlie Koch. And number 4, James McInerney.
Williams to boot, Lisa Williams. Here we go. Booted away from Williams. It will go to Charlie Koch. He kept this one. He's got a nice little head of steam there. Charlie Koch making a nice little run. Takes some contact, but not before he crosses the 40-yard line. So immediately off giving up the touchdown, Canaan will have some fairly good field position to start this drive.
Yeah, Koch, pure athlete. His brother playing football at UConn. And, really been a bright spot for this Canaan team this season. Real surefire.
Henry Stein is, I don't know if he's cramping or something with his ankle. Not good, so will be the backup Finn Mako in at running back. He had a lot of carries against Newtown. That was his first of his night. Mako will get about a yard or two there. Hopefully Stein all right over on the sideline, maybe just cramping up. Hopefully nothing too serious.
By number 26, Caden Roy.
Mako will be the lead back for at least this drive. Stein's still walking it off. There's a 2-yard gain for Mako. 2nd and 8 now for the Rams. Taking a play at the line of scrimmage. Mako motioning over to his left. Coming in motion behind. Here's Hoffman. Hands that one off to Mako. Mako's got a little lane. He's got a nice gain. The junior Finn Mako still on his feet. More than enough for our first down. And how about that? When one running back goes down, it's next man up. And there it is from Finn Mako.
Yeah, and it seems like every single time Finn Mako gets put into the game in a big moment, he just shows out. See right there, Mako runs it up the gut. And maybe it's because teams don't really expect him to be the kind of player.
Oh, that again from Mako. He's still staying up on his feet. Pointing, he's got the first down and more. I mean, putting the shoulder down. It's back-to-back big runs from Finn Mako. It was 25 on that first one. Around 15 there, and New Canaan not trying to slow down. They're going straight tempo here. No time to get a rest. Hoffman again to Mako, and he'll get stopped, maybe for about a yard there, but I mean, 2 huge runs there by Finn Mako, PJ, and now New Canaan. I think we know what's coming now. Jumbo package probably. Everyone's coming off the field. That's what it's going to be, and from what we saw in that first half, good luck, Bunnell. This is tough to stop.
Yeah, it looks like they got McInerney in the backfield here. But I mean, you have guys like Adrian Delicata also in the backfield blocking for him.
McInerney gets the blocking. James McInerney is in. Touchdown, New Canaan. Immediately after the Bunnell score, James McInerney, his 2nd touchdown of the night, and that is the perfect drive to respond there from New Canaan.
Yeah, I mean, what more do you expect than a touchdown from James McInerney? That's his 2nd on the day, and I talked to his grandfather before the game. I said earlier that we were talking about how James needs to be used more on the offensive end, and it seems like they did that tonight. Maybe someone was listening during our conversation, but yeah, they're using him quite well tonight.
New Canaan not going for 2. Maybe the analytics play would be to go for 2 there, but we'll just try and make this a 13-point game with Neil Aurora, who did miss his field goal at the end of the first half there. Extra point is up, and it is good from Aurora, so a 13-point lead. Back-to-back touchdowns to start off this 3rd quarter, and it's 20-7 in favor of the Rams.
And New Canaan with a great response there to the Bunnell touchdown, and not much more you could ask for.
Yeah, and Stein goes down. Is really on that kickoff for that first play of the drive, and it's just immediately right back in there for Finn Mako. He gets it done on the ground and sets it up for McInerney to punch it in. And New Canaan looking good after initially giving up that touchdown to Bunnell. But now if you're Bunnell, maybe there's concerns with the defense, but now the offense can score. They can get big plays going on, so we'll see what they'll dial up. 2nd possession here of the 2nd half. So Edward and Roddy Ricketts back there. Aurora will boot this one deep. Ricketts will get his return going. Can he get something? Not really. It's just a bunch of Rams will meet him. And maybe got to the 25 there and back out as this Bunnell offense.
Yeah, Bunnell, definitely still trying to carry over that momentum from that last play. I think, maybe we'll see some more trickery, but I think now that we've seen it before, New Canaan's going to be even more prepared for it.
Yeah, so will be Jake Garrigan. The Bunnell offense. So really only one wide receiver out there. Heavy set. There's a fake. It's going to be a pitch out to Miller. Miller's got a full head of steam. He puts his shoulder down. He's got enough for a first down. And when Ricky Miller's running at you full speed, that's one scary guy.
And it's just those nitty-gritty plays and getting it outside to Miller. If you're New Canaan, you cannot let a big guy like that get outside and get a full head of steam. You've got to be able to contain him at the line, or else it's going to be a load of trouble.
That was enough for a first. Now at the 40-yard line. Again, it's Miller and Cheritopoulos both in the backfield. This time will be Cheritopoulos. We'll get a maybe 2 or 3 yards.
Ball carried by Cheritopoulos.
Yeah, PJ, I mean, running up the gut has not really been working for Bunnell, but the outside runs that have been working.
I think Bunnell really got to get back into passing the ball more. I think obviously it worked out, although I wouldn't really necessarily call that a traditional pass, but just trying to get it outside. New Canaan, they're definitely stacking the box here, so if you could get something kind of out to the flats, that could break for a big one.
Yeah, so 2nd and 7 now. Trying to be the fake again. Garrigan will keep it. Not a lot there. I mean, I think he had Miller for the pitch, but decided not to take it. It'll be a 3rd down now for Bunnell.
Stop by number 2, Jack Cole.
3rd and 5 for Bulldogs.
Pickup of 2 yards. Makes it 3rd down and 5.
Two in the backfield here. It's like every other play, it seems like, from Bunnell.
So it'll be a 3rd and 5 now. About the 45 for Garrigan. Garrigan's going to do a straight handoff, and that's going to be nothing. The New Canaan defensive line with a straight swarm, and interesting play call there. Not throwing the ball and not trying to give it to one of your stars in Roddy Ricketts. And big decision here if the offense will stay on the field, but looks like it'll be the punt team, and that's kind of a wasted possession there for Bunnell.
Yeah, in a big game like this, against one of the state's top offenses and defenses, I think it really is a wasted possession whenever you don't get points because you need them so bad.
Ray!
So Ricketts to punt. That one will bounce out at around the 24-yard line. Canaan will step it back up and retain possession. PJ, if you're New Canaan, you're up 13 now. What are you kind of doing here this drive?
That's a good question. I think incorporate Mako a little bit more, if you weren't already. But I think just give the ball to Mako.
Schaefer!
Punch it up the gut a couple times.
Schaefer!
That's pretty much it.
No, not him.
So Hoffman in the gun. Pitch that one out, fumble. That ball's on the ground. Little mistake there from the Rams very quickly. Remember, it's still Fidmako in after Henry Stein maybe dealing with cramping or something with the ankle. That one, it's a second fumble for New Canaan this game. They've got both back. Remember, Hoffman dropped a snap earlier in the first half, and that one just goes through Mako's hands and escaping there because Bunnell gets that prime field position.
Yeah. It's like New Canaan going 5 wide here now. Guess they got Valente in kind of tight, but
yeah,
still empty backfield. You got McInerney in at wide receiver. Love to see it.
So after the loss of 8 there, brings up 2nd and 18 for Hoffman. Will drop back. Looking a little too high there for Charlie Koch. Dangerous pass. If there was a Bunnell safety back there, it could have been picked off, but be a quick 3rd and 18, and maybe now if you're New Canaan, not going to be so aggressive and try and get to the sticks here.
Yeah, I think New Canaan has had Andrew Esposito actually out for this entire drive, so I wonder if maybe they're going to put him back in here. Doesn't look like it. It's like he's on the sideline, which is odd to say the least. Maybe he's dealing with an injury or something.
Yeah. So here it is, Hoffman again, empty set, stepping up, trying to avoid some pressure. He's got to get rid of this one. Just chucks that one down the field, and incomplete. We had Hegel and Valente down over there, but a little too far for both of them. And good stop for Bunnell. They'll take the drop and the toss to Mako, and then 2 straight incompletions, so they will get the ball back.
Yeah, good job by Hoffman just evading the pressure there. And that pocket collapsed pretty quickly and was able to navigate his way through it. Just a little bit of a bad ball at the end.
So here's Bennett Perticello at a great punt in the first half that pinned Bunnell back, but now he's got a punt pinned back himself. Ricketts is standing at the 50-yard line, so he's in his favorable position here, but Perticello's got a leg, and if he gets it right, he could really boot this one and go over Ricketts' head. Perticello with the punt. Heavy spin, trying to get a little roll on it. Maybe not the roll he wanted, but still Bunnell not across the 50-yard line. But they will have fairly good field position around the 46, 47-yard line.
At the Bunnell 47-yard line, where the Bulldogs will take over 1st and 10.
So it'll be Garrigan in the offense, and PJ kind of seems like you need points here. Maybe not a necessary thing to still win this game, but you got to have something going on here.
Yeah, I think Bunnell, you got to get at least a couple first downs for some momentum going into the 4th, definitely.
Get in the fence. Come here.
I think it's, it looks like we're seeing Grant Hickey shaking up a bit. He's been playing great on that defensive line for the Rams, so again, next man up mentality for New Canaan, but
it's like he might be cramping too. All these guys going to the calves.
Yeah. Stein a little earlier now. Hickey. Dropping back, Garrigan's just going to fire that one into the flats. And a nice little gain there is Cheritopoulos.
Garrigan's pass is complete to Cheritopoulos. Tackle made on the play by Andrew Esposito.
They'll throw out there to the flats.
6-yard gain on the play. 2nd down 4.
That's on the ball. All swarming, and maybe the first guy doesn't make the tackle like we saw with Bunnell there, but then the next guy, or eventually one of these New Canaan defenders will bring him down.
2nd and 4 for Bunnell, and Roddy Ricketts not really seeing the ball too much. Not really throwing it at all. It's just going to be another straight handoff up the gut. Not going to be enough for a first, so we'll bring up a 3rd and short.
Ball carried by Cheritopoulos.
On return. On return, right here.
Stopped on the play by number 59.
Don't overhydrate that. On return, right here.
So it's about to be a 3rd and 3 for Bunnell, only a 1-yard rusher, and then PJ only going to air this ball out. So Roddy Ricketts is really just blocking most of the time.
Yeah, but you got to understand that he's got one of the best players in the state. Really, wherever you can put him. Andrew Esposito, Finnegan, blanketing him, really. So
we'll see what happens here. 3rd and 3. Maybe Ricky Miller will get something going on. It'll be the fake toss out to Miller, and he's not going to get it. Good stop over there by New Canaan. Looks like, was it McInerney? Big tackle there by James McInerney, and it'll be a 4th down, a 4th and 3. There's no gain, and I think the Bunnell offense staying on the field. You realize you're across the 50 now. Here's your chance to do something, Beach.
Really, outside that one drive that they scored the one with Ricketts, really nothing else has been going well for them. So definitely, I think this is some of their best field position all night long. So can't put it to waste with a punt.
Timeout was called there, so by the Rams, just to go it over on the defensive side. So you get a big 4th down stop here, and then this game could really swing over. Actually, Pete, this is a good time to mention that New Canaan does have a new scoreboard, actually, and I think you'd like to tell the people some stuff.
Yeah, so Bell, also another good time to mention that it was your birthday yesterday.
It was, yes.
Happy belated, the big 1-8.
Thank you.
And you mentioned that your biggest wish hadn't necessarily really come true yet, but you want people to tweet out hashtag New Canaan scoreboard on XC Everything app.
Yep.
So if you're here at the game, or if you come to any games in the future, tweet out hashtag New Canaan scoreboard and show some love to the scoreboard.
Garrigan on 4th down. He'll keep it right at the marker. Looks like he has just enough to get it. Jake Garrigan, tough, taking a big hit, but he got that. But yes, PJ, if anyone listening to the game right now, watching, or if they can get any word spread, hashtag New Canaan scoreboard on Twitter or X the Everything app would be much appreciated. We had some people tweet it out in the last few days. Obviously, Joe Pillock. We don't know these people. Joe Pillock and Ron Hawthorne, 2 people. So thanks to those 2 for tweeting it out. And anyone else who wants to hop on the train, much appreciated.
Maybe our pal Will Langford will hop on the train. You never know.
Maybe. More the merrier. So that will be the end of the 3rd quarter. That's your 4s up. Let's see. With New Canaan up 13, 20-7. Bunnell with the ball. Anything can happen right now, and we got a game.
Yeah, this is going to be a phenomenal finish. I think Bunnell definitely has their work cut out for them, but they got some good field position right now. They could string together a couple of plays. This will be a big 4th quarter for them and a big drive right now.
Yeah, you see everyone on the New Canaan sideline putting the 4s up. No one on Bunnell putting 4s up. So, say that maybe they're feeling a little out of it right now. This game is not over. And very quickly, we have a little sideline report from Claire Hickey. Claire.
Thanks, Ryan. The Rams are carrying all the momentum right now. James McInerney found the end zone for the 2nd time tonight, putting the Rams up 20-7. The Rams are doing great, and their defense has been applying constant pressure to Bunnell's offense, making it impossible for them to really get anything going. The Rams are doing great, and hopefully this momentum will carry into the 4th quarter. That's all for me. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Claire. And now underway with this 4th quarter. Bunnell with fairly good field position on the 41. So that one just going to be a straight handoff. Everyone to the ball. I think, just constant. Kroll in there, kind of towards the bottom, and Ricky Miller, and he gets the ball. One guy can't just take him down, but everyone is doing it there on him.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta love 11 hats to the ball. I'm sure in that that little 4th quarter huddle, Coach Silvestri and Coach Miska and the rest of these New Canaan coaches really preached 4 hats to the ball.
A little update in the Darien game at Massac. That is tied at 14 apiece, so good game out there for New Canaan's big rival. And then right here, obviously, for just joining us, New Canaan up 20-7. a 2nd and 9 now for Bunnell. On the 40. Drop back, finally a pass. He's gonna air this one out. That one just did not have almost any air on that, but a flag is thrown. You gotta imagine this will be interference on maybe Esposito, but that ball was way underthrown to Zimmerman, but maybe the underthrow will benefit the Bulldogs here.
Yeah, it looks like Esposito maybe just got a little too much, a little too much jersey or something of Zimmerman, but that ball was definitely underthrown, and definitely
as a wobbler. I mean, that's not a good throw at all, but
yeah, it was not.
Yeah, I guess
probably wasn't going to change the result of that if he got the PI or not. Not a ton of contact there either. I don't know if I really love that call.
So will be pass interference there on Esposito. So Bunnell got a free 15 there, and they have it at the 25 now. Clock stop with just under 11 minutes left to go. But finally a pass there from Garrigan, the Bunnell offense. Garrigan just hands that one off again, and there's just consistent 1 to 2 yard rushes for Bunnell, but they're just still going right up the middle.
Yeah, and maybe kind of run it up the middle once or twice to free up the passing game, and then you look out to Ricketts or Zimmerman. On a throw a little bit later on, or maybe 3rd or 4th down.
So that will bring up a 2nd down and 9. For Bunnell. I think we got a timeout called from Bunnell. Just to go over some stuff right now. PJ just took a quick look, actually. Good college football game right now. Florida State's tied with Virginia at 21 apiece at halftime.
Isn't Florida State like number 8?
They're 8th right now against 3-1 Virginia. So tie game in ACC country. Obviously, great slate tomorrow. A lot of good games. Penn State, Oregon, whiteout. Bama, Georgia. Ole Miss, LSU. Yeah. Good slate of ball tomorrow.
I wonder if we have a good slate for flag football, too, in the morning, where we're refereeing.
Yeah, that's true. Hopefully we get some good games. Make our Saturday morning a little more palatable.
Yeah. Some good games on Gerv, too. Actually, fun fact, every game on Gerv, too, was a shutout last week.
Really?
Yeah. It's just some solid refereeing right there, I guess.
Interesting self-glaze brings up a 2nd and 9 now. Garrigan will drop back, tried to fire that one into Zimmerman, but I think he was more, ready or maybe afraid of the hit that he's about to take, so he drops that one. It will be a quick 3rd and 9 now.
Yeah, you see Jack Kroll right there in the middle. He was wrapping up for the tackle and just kind of stuck his arm in there and broke up the pass.
So 3rd down and 9 now. It's Garrigan all by himself in the gun. Garrigan drop backs. He's got a heavy pressure and he goes down. A sack, and it's all the New Canaan defense. And look at Mikey Hiraman getting the sack. There's 2 Rams there, but Hiraman will have a big majority of that one there.
Yeah, Hiraman blew up that play, and looks like Jack Kroll down on the field. Hopefully he's not too hurt. Hopefully he's just maybe cramping or something, because he's a huge piece of not only this New Canaan football team, but also the hockey and lacrosse squads.
Yeah. It's a huge sack there. The New Canaan defense. Losing 10 there. It's gonna be 4th and 19 for Bunnell's. Kroll will get some assistance off the field. So on the 34, but Bunnell's just going to punt this one away with Ricketts. Low snap, and that one heavy bounce, and that will be back for a touchback. This Rams offense will take the field yet again.
Yeah, New Canaan, I'd anticipate a lot more running with maybe Mako, maybe put a guy like Esposito in the backfield or just run some jet sweeps with him, and also McInerney. Stein still cramping a little bit, it looks like.
Stein was having a good game. He had a couple nice runs in the first half there, and then Finn Mako comes in, he does his stuff. So Mako still in the game now. Bunch set for the Rams. Bad snap. Hoffman's just gonna have to fall on that one. Another mistake there. Now the third fumble for the New Canaan offense. They've got all three of them back, but not what you want to see for the Rams.
Spotted at the 14-yard line. Loss of 6 on the play.
So that was a loss of 6 yards. So it'll be Hoffman by himself in the gun. We'll drop back, firing deep towards Hegel. Just out of the reach of Benny Hegel. A little frustrated there. I'm not sure if that's, he wants a flag or maybe just frustration that he had a step and couldn't get it, but 3rd and 16 now for the Rams pitch.
Yeah, you watch this one again, looks like there's a lot of contact on Hegel. Can't really see it, but looked like his arm was kind of locked up with the arm of Jaden Romero. Refs didn't decide to call it, but I think that play could have gone either way. I think you could have called it, or you could have kept the flag in your pocket.
So flag does stay in the pocket. Now 3rd and 16 for Hoffman. Came on their own 14-yard line. Hoffman will roll to his right, fire towards Esposito. Nice and easy. What a block over there by Benny Hegel, laying down the wood, and then Esposito getting more yards after catch. It's too easy for New Canaan and Andrew Esposito, but what a block there by Benny Hegel, PJ.
Yeah, that was a phenomenal block, and maybe taking out a little bit of that frustration from the, maybe no call there. Just take another look at that. See Hoffman step up in the pocket. Esposito, Hegel crushes it.
Gets the handoff right. Putting the shoulder down, not afraid of the contact, kind of trucking over Jaden Romero there. So New Canaan's trying to move the rock, keep this going. It's looking good.
Until 9:30. 9 till 9.
Second down and 3.
We're going to get a timeout from Bunnell. The players look a little bit tired.
Bunnell, offensive possession time versus defensive time they're out of the field. Play after play. They got to make tackles. New Canaan, they don't like to go out of bounds. They like to put the shoulder down and draw some contact. So Bunnell guys are getting a little tired, trying to use this timeout to rest it up a bit.
The next game will be next Saturday, October 4th, as the Canaan travels
So after
to St.
this,
Joe's High School.
PJ, we won't be on the call for pretty much a month. 28 days, actually. It's the Greenwich game at home on the 25th. But, it's road games at St. Joe's and at Danbury. So after this one, it'll be for a while till another home game.
Yeah, and that's currently number 1 and number 2 in the state. So if that stays like that, that's going to be an awesome game. Yeah, and after that for the Rams, it's Stanford in the homecoming game, and then at Staples, which is a huge one, Trumbull, and then, of course, the Turkey Bowl at home to finish the regular season. Here's a jumbo package now. Esposito by himself back there. They know Bunnell's tired. They're going to just really try and rub it in. Esposito stiff-arming one guy, juking another guy. Esposito staying on his feet. That tackle all the way over to the sideline. Our crew over there, I got to watch out.
Almost got brought
There's
down.
like 5 NCTV, 6 maybe crew members down
Yeah,
there.
Jason Generalis, one of our guys. almost got
He's our
knocked down.
producer. Why?
Yeah, I don't know why he's down there, but yeah, who is producer? No one knows, but 18-yard gain for Esposito.
Maybe it's our guy Lenny.
So now switch it up. McInerney now in the jumbo set. We'll just take this left. McInerney will get a little gain, maybe 4 or 5 yards there.
Carried by number 4, James McInerney.
So it's just jumbo central now for the Rams.
Tackle made on the play by number 26,
Caden Morin with the tackle.
Second and 5 for the Rams from the Bunnell 25-yard line.
So Canaan taking their time in the huddle here. They're content with letting this clock run out as long as it possibly can. Let that play clock wind down. Under 5 seconds now. McInerney again will take the direct snap. McInerney pushing forward, another Rams first down. This Bunnell defense has no answer, PJ, for the jumbo.
Yeah, and I mean, it doesn't seem like anybody in the 3-4 years that they've been running this has had an answer for it. I think it's very difficult to stop, especially with not just the offensive line that New Canaan has, but also when you got guys like Ryan Francis and Baker Canner coming in to get some push on the line as well. It's very difficult to stop.
New Canaan has no sign of stopping the jumbo. Now Esposito will take it. And when Esposito's back there, he's got 2 blockers ahead of him. Big hole for Esposito. He's just pushing it. New Canaan's just getting closer and closer to this Bunnell end zone. And we keep reiterating it, but this Bunnell defense is gassed right now. And they are really losing this motivation to keep it up because the big New Canaan offensive line, the 2 blockers ahead of Esposito. I mean, it's so hard to stop.
Yeah. And I mentioned the offensive line, but there's just also an entire team of New Canaan players. And, we have a great player in Esposito kind of reading the holes there as well.
Esposito again. Direct snap, Andrew Esposito, he will walk it in. Touchdown, New Canaan. And the seal has been broken open. And pending this extra point here, it will be a 20-point lead for the Rams.
Yeah. What less did you expect? I mean, let's be honest here. Esposito has been running it down. Bunnell's throw it all game long, and just once again.
So Aurora to step up and take this extra point here. Perfect on extra points. Almost perfect on field goals. Obviously missed that one earlier. PAT. Gone to the woods. And New Canaan lead it 27-7 with 5:13 left to go in this 4th quarter. And that was a great drive there, PJ.
Yeah, phenomenal drive. Just New Canaan ground and pound with Esposito in the jumbo set. You see once again on the touchdown Esposito and that offensive line, and guys like Delicata, George, and Brooks out of the backfield parting the Red Sea for this New Canaan running attack.
So Bunnell will. We lost our box guy, Will Langford.
Yeah.
Immediately gone.
Oh, there he is.
So Bunnell offense will get ready, see if they can get anything going. And if not,
Dallas, nice job.
Number 4, Chicago Edward, and number 1, Ronnie Ricketts.
so Aurora getting ready to boot this one deep. 20-point seal for the Rams right now. Good kick, that one bounce into the end zone for a touchback.
Goes into the end zone for a touchdown.
You know, PJ, story of this game is how well the Canaan defense has been playing.
Yeah, I mean, they've been phenomenal. And Bunnell really has not had an answer outside of the trick plays that they have gotten here and there. But really, it's been all New Canaan tonight.
So Bunnell just going over in the huddle, not the night that they expected. You know, they were hoping to walk into Dunning, come out with the victory, try and do what Massick did last year to the Rams. Canaan, I think that was also the third game of the year last year, so almost the same script, but not the case. There we go, dropping back. In the gun, looking down the field, trying to find Ricky Miller all the way down there. But too far. This is a big guy, Miller, trying to roam out of there. Can't get anything. PJ, do we have any score updates around the league if we can? Want to check the old CTHSFB?
Yeah, let me see what I could do. Here, I have the Darien one open right now. Looks like it's still 14-14 in was that Monroe, I guess? Yeah.
Yeah, no, third, so it's going into the fourth right now.
And let's see, Staples is in action right now against West Haven. Let's see.
There's Roddy Ricketts. Ref almost got in the way there, but Ricketts catching that short little slant for a couple.
Let's see. So 6 minutes ago, with 6:32 left, West Haven took a 33-31 lead on a catch by Johnson. Don't know who Johnson is, but it was. Oh, that's actually an awesome catch. If you check Twitter, you can see Scott Erickson posted a great shot of the catch. If you're also on Twitter, please make sure to tweet out #NewCanaan scoreboard.
Yes. Nice hit there by Esposito. That one caught by Keyshawn Zimmerman there, but moving the change is Bunnell. What was the score of that Staples one there?
31-33.
Oh, wow.
That was 6 minutes ago, and it's like no updates since.
That's a good game.
Maybe we got one? No. It's about the NATO secretary.
Interesting.
Don't want to get political here, so we're just going to stop right there.
They call it X the Everything app for a reason. He's moving the chains now. Garrigan sticking with the throwing theme, but he'll use his legs here. He takes a big shot there. A couple of Rams swarming in on him. See Grant Hickey, one of those guys that got in there. He's kind of cramping up a little earlier. He's back on the field. Brooks, Hickey, all those guys getting in there. So second down now. Garrigan just hands that one off. No avail. Good job by the Rams front seven.
Carried by Charitopoulos. Stop by number 11, Ryan Brooks.
Good tackle by Brooks on that play. 3 minutes left to go in this game, so Canaan playing awesome on the defensive end. You see, looks like that's Charles Cuesta coming in on defense for the Rams. Good lacrosse player as well. He was out basically the entire football season last year with a leg injury. I think he tore his MCL, maybe it was. But he came back about halfway through lacrosse season, and now he's out on the football field as well.
Yeah, and I see his brother Chris, wide receiver on the football team last year. So there's a little run by Garrigan. Great tackle there by Ryan Brooks. So fourth and short, Garrigan by himself in the gun, just fires that one quickly. That one is caught by Robert Drish.
Not really moving with as much urgency as I would expect. Down 20 with 2 minutes left, and maybe they are just conceding defeat. You never know, but
yeah. Well, there's Garrigan throwing it deep. He's
Great
got open
pass,
man
yeah.
down there. That one is caught. Big gain for the Bulldogs. Still on his feet. That's Jacob Mosley with the catch. He was wide open. Maybe a little busted coverage down there for the Rams.
yeah, we're gonna have to take a look at the replay on that one. I didn't even, see him open down there. Maybe the entire New Canaan squad missed him as well.
Bunnell's going quick, by the way.
Yeah.
There's a sack. How about that from Jack Kroll? Getting back there for the sack.
Jack Kroll, I mean, talk about an athlete. He'll be basically an 11, out of 12 sports seasons in his high school career, he'll be a varsity contributor at least in 11 of them. His freshman year in football didn't, wasn't a contributor, but just, didn't really start, didn't really see that much time, but was a call up towards the end of the year, and I'm sure was a great practice player for the Rams.
Garrigan, stay within. That's a big guy right there. Ryan Francis laying it down, and Garrigan has taken a lot of hits late in this fourth quarter, and if you're Bunnell, probably don't want your starting quarterback to be taking all these huge hits late in the game.
And Francis, in my gym class actually, he's a pretty good spike ball player for his size. Honestly, I won't lie, you look at him and you wouldn't think that he's really good, but he's got a.
That one's picked off. New Canaan getting a late interception to seal this one. And PJ, New Canaan, putting a little button on it. And we were just talking about it a couple of plays ago. Charles Cuesta getting the INT, and that will all but do it for New Canaan.
Yeah, looks like it's probably going to be maybe about the 5-yard line. Yep, called it. And now New Canaan's probably just going to kneel this one once, and that'll do it for this game.
Get some pictures after, maybe with Coach Marinelli talking.
So New Canaan will just have it at the 5, 1 kneel down. It should be it. Hoffman will take his kneel down. That will all but do it. Hoffman getting lifted up there, and his final seconds tick away. Great win for New Canaan against the number 10 team in the state. Will go down as a 27-7 victory for the Rams, and all New Canaan in this one.
Great game from start to finish. That New Canaan defense is, I think, possibly one of the best, if not the best, in not only just New Canaan history, but in the state right now. And could definitely go down in the history books. This New Canaan defense, they shut down Roddy Ricketts. He had 1 touchdown, but really, just, I think this New Canaan defense was the story of the game, and it seems like they're going to be the story of every game maybe.
Yeah, so great job by New Canaan. Next weekend, it will take on St. Joe's away from home. That's a tough game. St. Joe's is a good team. So that will be a fun one. St. Joe's ranked inside the top 10, so doesn't get any easier for the Rams. You play the number 10 team in the state. I think St. Joe's at 9 right now, so pending any movement, just moving up one, playing the team up one more spot.
Movement. That's what the moving cow says.
Yeah. Cow. The cow says move, as New Canaan will move to 3-0 on the year. Bunnell picking up their first loss. Still a very good football team. I mean, it was 13-7, right? I mean, on that one drive, Bunnell start that third quarter, then Andrew Esposito just did Esposito things and just kind of wrapped it up from there. Right, man?
Yeah, man. It was a, it was the Esposito show, as it seems like it is every single week. But Andrew Esposito, phenomenal athlete, but really this whole New Canaan team is He's been putting on a show these past 3 weeks, pal.
Yeah, just said, hey, dude, man, I'm a dude, man. Just did his thing. Nice and easy for the Rams. So Canaan just kind of meeting there, everyone huddling up together. So I think we'll have an interview down there with Coach Marinelli soon, but in the meantime, PJ, 8 a.m. tomorrow.
Yeah.
Early morning. Because I love reffing, I love reffing. Do you love reffing?
Yes and no. I do enjoy it once it gets past like the first game, but the first game is too early. I think if it started at 9, it would be awesome.
Yeah, you gotta get past the second grade game, and then once you got the third and fourth graders, it's like fun. Parents are there. Then you got the next game. It's like,
and then you get to the 7th through 9th, and it's
like,
just
it's
unconfessed.
like, why? Like, come on. It's like, move it on. But yeah, so busy day tomorrow. A lot of football going on. Good day to sit back and eat food and I mean, if you want, you can even eat some food tomorrow, but there's a lot. Good ball going on. We're still waiting up here for the final verdict. No, talking about food tonight, PJ. I'd like some Taco Bell.
I'm having the best time. Top golf.
Best time, Top Golf. Let's do a quick score update on the Florida State. Let's see what's going on.
Yeah,
Oh,
let me see
Virginia's
if,
up 7 actually right now. Just
I
scored.
wasn't thinking about
I know
those
you're looking
scores.
at FCAC. All right.
Let's see. West Haven. We have.
My darling, I
love you. I love you. 33-31 West Haven. Staples ball on 30. Can't tell if that's going in or on the other side with 2:51 left. That was posted 3 minutes ago. So that one probably wrapping up pretty soon. Not a good sign for the records that it doesn't have a new score update.
Well, yeah, that would
And
be
Darien.
the case.
Let's check.
Yeah, we got 14 all last time.
Still 14 all. End of the third quarter, which was posted. Oh, wait, just a new
Update.
one.
Tell me the news.
Franchese to Benedict on the nice design. 21-14 Darien with 10:06 left to play.
Interesting. Blue wave up.
Unfortunate for
Houston, where do you want these?
New Canaan fans, I guess. Just considering that Darien is kind of the rival.
Yep, that would be the case. We're still chilling up here. Oh, and we are still waiting. I think we got Coach Marinelli now walking over. So waist up is the shot. Hearing the comms from the booth. And if we don't, then we won't. And actually now we have Julia DiGiacomo talking to Coach Marinelli down there. And Julia, take it away.
Coach, your players showed a lot of energy and composure tonight. How does this win affect your team at this point in the season?
Well, I think, it's where we want to be. As you can see, there are a lot of mistakes we have to correct there during the week. But they're a good football team. They do a good job. They gave us all we could handle tonight. And our kids, I was proud of our kids. They hung in there, and they kept fighting. And we shortened the game a little bit. We brought things in tight, and we just ran at them a little bit more, like they tried to do against us, actually. But, I think we're where we want to be right now.
Looking ahead, how do you use this momentum to really carry your team forward as the season progresses?
Well, we have to correct a lot of mistakes that we made. When we go back and look at this film tomorrow morning, I think we're going to see that, there are so many areas that we need to improve on. If we want to get, to where we want to get, which is, right back where we were. They're a top team in the state. And so to come out with a 27-7 victory, I mean, I'm very pleased. And, I think our kids are pleased with themselves because they kept fighting all the way through.
Thanks, Coach. That's all from me. Back to you, Ryan and PJ.
Thank you, Julia. Nice interview with Coach. And PJ, I know we got a couple people you'd like to thank on the crew.
Yeah, I would. So, of course, got to start off with our technical directors. For the first half, we had Braceland Flood. In the second half, our actually sideline guy from the first half, Lucas Azzapardi.
Yeah.
On audio, Thomas Sullivan. Graphics, you have Luke Peretta. On our cameras, you got Everett, Haley, Nick P., and Oliver Forrest. On replay, Sophia Sibilia, Skandar, the future Anav. Our producer, of course, Jason Generalis. Jason, thank you.
Thank you, Jason.
As well as the third, fourth, and fifth members of our broadcasting crew. Of course, I already said Lucas Azzapardi, Julia DiGiacomo, and Claire Hickey.
Yeah.
And, of course, Tony Posesnik, our great audio, technical, and visual guy.
do-it-all guy.
Yeah,
Yep.
do-it-all. He's a wizard with the tech. You got Jay Egan, the athletic director, Danny Melzer, assistant athletic director, and then, of course, our advisor, Mr. Roman Sobolski. And thank you all for joining us, and we're going to send it to sponsors.
Thank you, everyone. Brian Bell, PJ Neville, send it away.
This game is sponsored by our NC Rams All Sports Booster Club Platinum and Gold sponsors. We would like to thank our Platinum sponsor, Quest Builders Group, a general contracting, construction management, and consulting company who proudly supports all of our high school athletes. We would like to thank our Platinum sponsor, Dr. William Fessler of Fessler Family Dentistry, the dental office for your entire family's dental needs. At William Fessler Family Dentistry, smile. You're in good hands. We thank Platinum sponsor Frangione Engineering. Planning on putting in a pool or an addition onto your house? Are you having drainage issues on your property? Frangione Engineering can help you find a solution. Platinum sponsors and NCHS alumni Leo and Steve Carl of Carl Chevrolet, who have been proud supporters of local athletic programs for generations. Their dealership has been serving Fairfield County since 1927. Their team is ready to assist with all of your automotive needs. We thank Platinum sponsor Manfredi Jewels. Manfredi Jewels, your local official Rolex jeweler, is excited to continue carrying the finest jewelry and watch brands and welcome the New Canaan community into their newly renovated store this fall. Go Rams! Platinum sponsor Renaissance Partners, a family-owned and New Canaan-based residential building and remodeling company serving all of Fairfield County. We thank Platinum sponsor Walter Stewart's. Walter Stewart's Market has supported NC Rams athletics and the entire New Canaan community for years. Walter Stewart's is your fresh local market. We also thank our Platinum sponsor Hoyt Livery for 30 plus years of service. We would like to thank our Gold sponsor Anderson Kenny Architecture, a full-service practice that encompasses a range of commissioned residential and commercial projects. Each project is a thoughtful collaboration tailored for clients and their needs. The outcome is highly personal, constructed with intention and integrity. We thank another Gold sponsor, Club Sandwich, a family-owned deli right here in town serving the New Canaan community since 1986. They are a proud sponsor of the New Canaan community and all of our sports teams. And we thank NC Graphics LLC, a Gold sponsor who is a constant supporter of the NCHS Booster Club. They are a custom graphics company located right here in New Canaan for all of your logo designing needs. Again, a big thank you to all of our sponsors. The NC Rams All Sports Booster Club supports all New Canaan High School athletics. Go Rams!